so appreciate you guys coming in, and I'm very excited. Jason, I'm Heather, by the way. I'm so sorry. I know we've been chatting back and forth, but
Yeah. Finally get to meet virtually. That's good.
yes, I know. Officially, we get to meet each other. So I'm just going to keep letting people in. By the way, Jason, I thank you very much for coming in on a Tuesday night in the evening.
Yeah.
EXP Seniors Network is not, as you can see, just 55 people that are over 55. It's actually us targeting that 55
Right.
demographic. But the really cool thing is last week or 2 weeks ago, I believe, Joellen Brooks, who's really a marketing, she really targets the nextdoor.com area. She
Hmm.
uses this on nextdoor.com to generate leads and is just doing so well. So one of the things that I asked all of our EXP Seniors Network people is, hey, by the way, what what do you guys want to know? How can we help you? This was probably one of the biggest classes. And
Hmm.
I've been here for many, many years at the Seniors Network, and we've had this, various and variations. However, it's always really nice to see somebody, coming in and taking it over. Jason, I appreciate you coming in and helping the Seniors Network, honestly.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm happy to be a part of, EXP the last 3 years now. In
Mhm.
April will be 3 years. I've been licensed for 8 years, but been with EXP for three. And I've just really always enjoyed from the very beginning of having my license. I've enjoyed diving into digital marketing, something that I really did
It's
not
huge
realize
now.
that I would enjoy doing. Both my parents were brokers from the late 90s up until even my mom is still on my team as a full-time admin. She's out of
Hmm.
production now, but she's was led very successful teams and helped grow other people's teams with Keller Williams back in the day and several other brokerages. Um, but just never had a real
Yeah.
desire personally to get into real estate up until just 8 years ago. And I finally grew up, I guess, and decided,
It's funny because it's always evolving, right? This
Yeah.
whole sector with, what it's a property boost. I have been here with EXP going on almost 7 years, I believe.
Hmm.
And I started this EXP Seniors Network about almost 7 years ago. I co-founded it. But here's the best part is every little bit of this has always evolved, and watching the people evolve through the years has been amazing. The greatest thing I find with this sector is we're just on a trajectory. I know when I had talked to you, people don't realize where we're headed. Um,
Hmm.
Now, Joellen Brooks, right when we were starting, I was telling you, Joellen Brooks is another, no relationship, but we're very good friends. Joellen, like you, had gotten into this industry about actually 4 years ago.
Hmm.
And she has been doing really well, specifically on nextdoor.com. And the point of this nextdoor.com is she's taking these squeeze pages and landing pages and taking it to nextdoor.com to capture that information.
Yeah.
Specifically, because if you look at the demographics that we are seeing on nextdoor.com, it is the older demographics.
Sure.
It is that,
I could totally see that. Yeah.
yes. And then if you put on top of that, if you look at the NARS 2024 report, you're looking at most of your demographics that were sellers were over the age of 65. So I think it was like 54% by
Hmm.
year end was over the age of 65 of sellers. So skip to it. This past last week, after talking to us and doing this whole presentation with Nextdoor, she ended up landing herself a $2.4 million deal out of this. I know, but she's been massaging this for the last 2 years off
Wow.
of nextdoor.com, taking squeeze pages, taking landing pages. So it's not just about the valuation that you can give to somebody as the homeowner, but it's also what kind of information can you squeeze out of them by, let's say, bringing them to a senior living community type, thing that we're going to put on, maybe a panel. Maybe we're going to talk about downsizing and a trust attorney. We could make a page out of that to capture the information.
Absolutely. Yep.
So that's the kind of stuff she's using it for. We're going to do the same. You
Mhm.
need to teach us the ins and outs of this because most of us here don't know how to make those things or how to put them together.
Sure.
And so that's what I've been asked. And Jason, I appreciate you coming in and letting us behind the scenes of what you do and make it look so easy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Heather. I don't consider myself an expert in KV Core by any means. I really enjoy the nerdy side of real estate by learning CRMs. I had a great CRM before I moved to EXP that I was reluctant to let go of because it was cheap and I knew how to work everything in there. But it was given to us when we joined, and I was like, it does pretty much everything that my other CRM does, and it could save me. At the time, I was like paying $25 a month for my other CRM, Lion Desk.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but
by the
I use
way,
video very, very
this
heavily in
is
my
being
marketing.
recorded. I just want people to know. So if you end up
Yeah.
falling off, it is going to be recorded. Only in EXP Seniors Network will you find that recording. It's not
Yep.
going to be anywhere else. It's going to only be in the Seniors Network. So if you do fall off, please know. And you can also find Jason in many other places, and he'll let you know how. It is
Yeah.
7 p.m. on the East Coast and 4 o'clock on the West Coast. So typical time if you guys are around. We do have another class on Thursday night, which I'll talk about at the end, but thank you very much and enjoy you guys, everything that Jason's going to bring to us.
Great. This is my YouTube channel that I dedicated. I have one YouTube channel dedicated for EXP agents, not just EXP agents, anybody who's interested in KV Core. So I know there are other brokerages that use KV Core. So really just all aspects of KV Core. If you're interested in diving in to any other content that I've got to learn more features and benefits of KV Core and how to grow your business with it. I'll put the link in the chat there for you. It's really easy. Jason Yeager EXP is the handle at the YouTube deal there. So this is what it looks like here. I've got 147 subscribers so far. So if I can get 3 of y'all to just go ahead and click that subscribe button, make it a nice round 150, I'll be happy. Goal met today. So we put a video out every month right now. That's about as much as I can handle in my own. I am in full-time production also. So eventually I would love to be able to get to the point where I'm completely out of production and I'm just helping agents grow their business using digital marketing. But this is my passion with KV Core, helping you kind of simplify this. So today we're going to talk about squeeze pages and landing pages and how to market to this 55 and up audience that you guys want to niche in. It's great to have a niche because the riches are in the niches, as they say. And I truly believe that if you find something that you really are passionate about and want to focus on, that is your biggest value add as a realtor, to be able to know this type of real estate backwards, forwards, in and out. All of the upcoming people that are getting ready to sell. You have a pocket list of buyers that are waiting for the perfect property to come up. And that Sue and Nancy down the street had a dog that passed away, and like all the things, right? You have all of the ins and outs of the boots on the ground knowledge that you can talk about in your online marketing. However you want to do that. For me, like I said, it's through video. I really love to build an audience through video, through YouTube specifically, to be able to have searchable content and answer questions that your target audience wants to know about. So as we get into this, we're going to talk about kind of what are some of those things that I can have as physical values of offer, a printed value of offer, or a digital value of offer that you can give to people in exchange for their contact information. That's the whole name of the game. You've got stuff that is of value to them. You're going to use your brand, your face, your knowledge, your expertise to showcase your expertise in that area. And then along the way of giving and giving and giving, then you ask for the information. You're driving people back to a website page, this squeeze page or a landing page that will ask for that information before you give what you've said, whatever it is you're advertising. That's how it's going to work in its most simple form. So I'm going to go for about 40 minutes, and then we'll open it up for questions and answers the last 15 minutes, if that's all right. So I did create a nice little fancy little presentation for you guys, just so I can stay on track and stay organized. So we'll start with why target baby boomers and downsizers, right? So understanding the demand, and we kind of touched on this a little bit at the very beginning, but baby boomers born between 1946 and 1964, they make up 21% of the US population and own nearly 54% of all of the homes in the US. Over half of the homes in the US are currently owned by baby boomers.
How crazy is that most people don't even know this, yet
Yeah.
here at EXP Seniors Argue that we talk about it all the time because it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It really is, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I kind of took you down a rabbit hole when you started saying, oh my God, I got to gear it towards this, right?
Yeah. The silver tsunami is kind of what they've been coining it as. It's coming, in the next 5 to 20 years, we're going to see more inventory than we've probably ever seen. And we'll probably be more heavily in a buyer's market for a longer period of time than I would presume that we've been used to this hot sellers market in most areas nationwide. But I think we're all kind of seeing this lax the holding back the buyer. There's way fewer buyers in the marketplace, and these inventory, a lot of these people are sitting on a lot of equity. So again, by 2030, here in the next 5 years, over 34 million baby boomers will be looking to downsize or move into senior friendly communities. 34 million baby boomers. That doesn't mean 34 million homes, obviously. You're trying to figure out how many of these 34 million baby boomers are looking to, how many homes will be unleashed into the marketplace. Digging a little bit, 51% of boomers plan to sell their current home within the next 5 to 10 years and move to a home that better suits their needs. So there will be plenty of opportunities for double-sided, a twofer, if you will, in our industry, to be able to sell their home and buy
The
another one.
reason why he's also telling you guys this is because when we go to do squeeze pages and landing pages, he's going to tell you how to tweak that
Yeah.
for what he's talking about right now, which is
Yeah.
great.
The boomer generation controls $17.3 trillion in home equity right now, giving them strong purchasing power. So you can almost bet that a large portion of the people who are looking to sell these homes with high equity are going to use the cash, most of the cash, if not all of the cash, to buy their next property. Okay. They're not looking to usually get a loan in their later years. So you want to speak to that whenever you're doing your marketing. Okay.
This is what we're calling the love language, you guys.
Yeah.
I've talked about it before. Love language is so important because nobody wants you to target them with, let me sell you your house. Let me sell your house. They want you to target them with like, what are the types of things you can offer us, which is exactly what Jason is saying.
Yep. The key motivations for downsizing are obviously reducing home maintenance, lowering their monthly expenses. They're talking about going to transfer to a fixed income if they're not already on a fixed income. Kids are out of the house, taxes have been going up, utilities are going up, the home maintenance and upkeep for the home is going up. So all these things are starting to play a factor in their heads, moving closer to family and healthcare. I see that all of the time. People who have bought a home, a second home, maybe even that they planned on having their grandkids and their kids and their grandkids come and visit, and it didn't pan out the way that they thought that it was going to.
Exactly.
Um, Transitioning to a one level living or
When I was
age.
looking about my clients' birthdays and stuff, I'm like, damn, most of my clients are in their 50s. Literally these type of people.
You're on mute. Jason. Jason, sorry. I muted you by accident. User error. Jason, can you hear me?
I just caught that. Sorry.
Okay, so let's just go back really fast to slides because I was muting somebody and accidentally muted you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, these are the four most common, the transitioning to a one level living or age restricted community. 55 and up community typically is what you'll see people starting to their searches. These are the key motivating factors here. Now, these stats prove that baby boomers, downsizers represent a huge real estate opportunity. So let's discuss how to reach them effectively with KV Core. So using KV Core to build squeeze pages that convert. I'm going to cover what a squeeze page is here. It's a lead capture page that entices visitors to exchange their contact information for valuable real estate content like a property, a list of homes, or a home valuation, or a guide or something. Here's like the top 5 squeeze page ideas that I want to go over with you guys and how to build them out in KV Core. Okay. So we've got one, obviously, best single level homes for sale. That's going to be a very attractive one that you can advertise in your marketing for the list of single story homes in an area that you want to serve, or multiple different areas that you want to serve. You can have multiple different lists that go out on a Monday, one on a Wednesday, and one on a Friday, and you could just continually be promoting these throughout every week, and just drive people back to these pages. So I'm going to show you how to build one of these. Okay. We're going to go into your KV Core and you're going to click on the all lead engine tools here and then build squeeze page. If you click on all lead engine tools, this is the page that I'm on right now, and your landing pages and your squeeze pages are right here as well. You just select the domain that you want to use, which if you're a single agent, it's just going to be the one domain that's been given to you, right? If you're an admin for a team, then you would have multiple agents with their websites and you can select the agent that you want to build the squeeze page for. So that's how that works. And then you just start building the squeeze page. Okay. So here you have 4 different kinds of squeeze pages that you can build. You have a multi-property when you're trying to advertise a list of homes, single property. If you have a particular hot listing that would be very attractive to this demographic, then you could have it featured there. You could have a seller squeeze page or just a sign up for a market report for a certain neighborhood or a certain city that is conducive for this type of niche. Okay. But right now we're going to do a multi-property squeeze page. Now for me, I'm in Southwest Missouri. So, my area that I serve primarily pretty heavy is Branson, Missouri, if you're familiar with it. It's a tourist town with a lot of second homes, a lot of lake homes, a lot of older folks that own property here as well. So this is something that I'm very familiar with. But you can do this for a county if you wanted to make it more broad. If you're in a really rural area that doesn't have a lot of 55 and up communities in the one city, then you might have to expand this out a little more broad to be able to capture enough get a decent list of homes. So you just kind of feel this out and see how many that you actually come up with that would make it worthwhile for somebody to sign up on. And it's okay if there's only 3 homes, then that probably means that the rest of your audience is probably struggling to find them as well. So you want to be able to, that means that in a low inventory environment, that's going to be fine. But then you're going to break it down you can do a draw on the map. And if you want to get real micro, you can hit draw on the map instead of doing like a specific zip code or a city. You can go in here and you could be like, I know if you are one of those that really knows your area well, which you should, know where these places are, you can go in here and draw a specific polygon area where these places exist. And then it will be microed to that. That's very powerful there, okay? So then you just hit apply selection if you wanted to do that, okay? But for now, we'll just do Branson for an example. And then the listing type, we put we're doing single level homes, so we'll just do single family and 1 story. Okay. You could also include 1 story barn dominiums if you wanted to. Bungalow 1 story, condo 1 story. You could have a list of single story condos. You could have a list of single story homes. You could create these separately if you wanted to. Okay. But just for now, keep it single family, single story. And then maybe you even have like a max square feet for it. 2,000 max, 1,500 max square feet. If you wanted to, is your market, you're going to know like what does downsizing mean to your market. If everybody has 4,000 square foot homes, then maybe 2,800 square feet is small for your area, or whatever. So figure that out. You can put those other criteria in there. Walkability score is something that you might want to consider too. A lot of these.
So, by the way, when I have talked about that livability score, all of our MLS, like anytime you put something into the MLS and it goes out, doesn't matter if it's Redfin, Zillow, I don't care. You will get what's called a walkability score. It's a livability score. They show you certain things.
Yeah.
Transportation, that is for older adults.
Yep.
They're actually requiring all of our cities. I don't care if you're in like a little small rural town, they're actually requiring our cities to update to a livability score. By the way, that livability score is worldwide, not just here in the United States. So it's the entire world. It's done by AARP and the World Health Organization, and it's done by many factors, but it's a very interesting topic.
So, once you fill out all the criteria that you want for this list, you decide what you want on this list, and then you put the source of where you're going to. It's usually good because when the lead comes in, opting in this way, it'll attach a source for where this came from, so that you might be running this, advertising this list on Google. You might be advertising a list on Facebook. So you'd have build 1 for Facebook, build 1 for Google, build 1 for YouTube, build 1 for Instagram, build 1 for Nextdoor, wherever it is that you want, just so you know what's working. That's how you track your business. Okay. So you see the source of where it came in, and then also you'll give it a hashtag. So let's say I want to put this on Facebook, and I'll just put FB for the source. So when the lead comes in, you'll see the source. It comes in, you'll say FB, and you'll know, okay, that's the one that I used. This hashtag, maybe it'll be Branson 1 story as my hashtag.
I was just going to put this in the chat box. You guys have to understand what he's doing. And the reason why I say this is because I am going to bring Joellen back in here to do her nextdoor.com. We are going to actually create a page with her, and we're going to all be able to post it on Nextdoor. We're going to be able to do this also on Facebook, whether it is this, whether it's a different page. So understand when he tells you that you need to understand the hashtag part and the other portions of it, please put that in there, because we're going to go by each one of them and actually post things as we go along through the year.
Yeah.
Just so this is a key piece.
So once you've created a hashtag, you want to remember that hashtag, because every person who opts in will get that hashtag assigned to them. And then you will be able to trigger a specific follow-up campaign if you want. If nothing else, you'll be able to filter out this group of leads that you get over time. If you continue to do this over a long period of time, you start building a list of potential buyers, potential sellers that you can then go and create your own manual marketing to, start creating a blog and start pushing it out, sending that out to them, or some other things of value individually, or you can set it up on like an auto campaign to then send stuff to, or most importantly, then send them other homes if they want after you've talked with them. But it, you know, if you start putting some serious money ad spend behind one of these, you might be getting 30 leads every day. And how are you going to have time to be able to set each and every one of them up on a search alert automatically that's relative to them, that's important to them? You won't. You know, if you do this to your own business page or your own, you know, personal page, you post it on your own social, it's going to reach just your reach. But you're going to have to start thinking about, how do I reach a larger audience? So we can talk about that in another video sometime, on how to get this out to a wider scope of people. But essentially the hashtag is going to allow you to be able to easily filter out all of these leads when you want to go back to it, and then be able to quickly identify what type of search alert you could mass put them on or automatically put them on the second that they come in. And I'll show you how to do that. The Facebook cover photo. So you could use a recent listings from your agency, even if they're outside of these search results. They'll just tell it all EXP listings. It'll just use a cover photo. This is what's going to be the front image that's going to live whenever you post this page out there, and I'll show you in a second. So I would recommend making sure that you view the photo that it's actually going to be there, because if you just use some random listing and it's some agent's listing that used a really cruddy main photo for their listing, you might not want that to be the main photo for your ad. Okay. Because that's what's going to be posted on your social, in this case on your Facebook. Okay, so you could use a specific photo from a listing, and then you could just put the MLS listing number there if you know of one. But you would want to do a little bit of research and figure out what's the best one out of this list of homes. Get the MLS number and stick it in here. That's my recommendation, just to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward on advertising this list of homes. Now, here's the kicker. The next part is the property views allowed before registration. Okay, so if you're just going to post this link as your squeeze page link, and then you're going to have some kind of a post description in your Facebook to get them to click on it, or use a video of you to try to get them to click on the link, they're going to land on the list of homes automatically, right? And then they're going to have however many listings that they're going to be able to view before the KV Core asks them for their information. So you decide how you want that to play out. The more properties that you allow to see, and then if they still have registered after that, that's a pretty strong lead. I would say, you know, if they've gone through and they've viewed 10 listings, and then after 10 listings they still want to give their information after viewing 10 of your listings, that means that they like what they've been seeing on your website, and now they trust you enough to give them their information. Otherwise, sometimes they just bounce after one or two. So just to get their information and try to follow up with them and nurture them over time is the better strategy sometimes. So it's up to you, or you can just do it immediate, right? And a second that they pop on there, it will ask them for their information, and then they won't get the full list and see the full list of homes until they've signed up. Okay, so that's how that would work. And then once you've done that, then you just hit generate link, and it gives you the one big long direct link here and a short link. I would recommend posting the short link on your Facebook page, just because seeing this out there on your Facebook is just a lot. You know, you can post it in a way where you can just delete the actual hyperlink so it's not seen, and still keep the image with the link behind it so they can click on it. And I'll show you, when you just click on the copy to clipboard, you just grab that, and then you just go to your Facebook page. And paste it in there. Give it a second. it's thinking, and then it
We
posts.
do have a quick question from Chris Owen really fast.
Sure.
Chris?
Thank you. So on the hashtags, these are hashtags that you're using within KV Core, so you
Mhm.
can research what you've created later in the future, right?
Yeah, anything that's going to be relatable to this specific type of squeeze page or audience that you're trying to market to, then yeah, you would want to create a hashtag that you'll remember.
But it's not a hashtag that's on Facebook or something like that. It's like
no, they don't see it anywhere else.
Yeah,
It's just for
okay.
you. Yeah.
Okay. And then the cover photo, you can't you have to if you have a particular one you want to use, you have to use that selected MLS like you referred to there. So if you know 123 Main Street is a perfect house that fits for your example, then you find the MLS that covered that in the past.
Yeah, you drop down the photo, use photo from a specific listing, and then put the MLS listing number, or you could type the address in here, I assume, if you know the address, and it'll suggest it for you.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I hit Main, and here's a lot of them that have Main Street listings there, you know. So there's a couple of different ways that you could find it there if you already know it. Otherwise, you just go to another browser, find the listing that you really want to use that would fit that. Obviously, in this case, a single story home. Make sure it is in fact a single story home that you're advertising. It will be a little weird to have a big, huge 3-story large mansion that shows great, but it's not going to connect with the audience that you're trying to connect with, you know, on Facebook, you know. So
Yeah.
make sure it is relative to what you're trying to advertise. So
Perfect. Thank you.
yeah, you bet. So once you've gotten that deal, then like I said, you just post the link, give it a second, it populates this so they can click on this and go to the list of homes, right? Then what you can do is not a lot of people know this, but you can just erase that. Go highlight it, delete it, and it's still living here, okay? So that way you don't have to see the link in your post. And then you can just put whatever you want. See this beautiful list of single story homes. Blah, 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 blah. Down below, put some nice, cool emojis down there if you want. And then whatever you want. Use ChatGPT to create a nice, compelling description for your Facebook post if you want. Use, like I said, a video of you talking about this list of homes. Whatever it is that you are wanting on the front end that people are scrolling through their feed to stop them from scrolling. Pay attention to what you've got, however you want to do that, a whole carousel list of homes, and then tie it back to the link to click. You're driving them back to click on the link, right? So there's a couple of different ways many different ways that you can do that. In this simple case, just the add image from the Facebook cover photo is what we're doing here at its most simplest form. All right. And that's basically how you do it. Once they've opted in, then you can, I'll show you, I'll put that link. Oh, did I just stop share?
Yes, you did. But
My big fat mouse
you should,
fingers.
yeah, you should still have capability. I do want to thank everybody for coming. As you can tell, this isn't people over 55, it's all demographics.
Mhm.
And it hits all of us. If you don't understand what's going on in this housing industry, I'm gonna pound on your door. It's crazy. Nobody's looking at it. You know, he talked about in the first slides, by the way, it's all being recorded, but he talked about in the first couple slides about the trajectory that we're on and what's going to happen, but nobody's really thinking about the housing infrastructure. It's
Mhm.
aging just like we are. No
Yep.
different. But here's the worst part. Best part for us. And what got me involved in this trajectory and where I was going with the EXP Seniors Network is less than 5% of our nation's housing units can actually accommodate somebody with a mobility issue. You heard me right. Less than 5% of our nation's housing infrastructure
Mm.
can accommodate somebody with a mobility issue. That means if you or your parent or somebody you know, because I know you know somebody, ends up having to use a walker or a wheelchair, or takes a slip or a fall, and I will tell you statistics about that all day long, they will have to either modify that home or move.
Yep.
That's plain and simple. That's where we're headed. So it's our job as the real estate agents. Now we're in this different trajectory. We're no longer selling people homes to get their kids into an elementary school. We are now selling their homes to help them move into one-story homes, active living communities, assisted living communities across the country, expat living. If you haven't seen the uptick in Chicago right now, generational living is making a big comeback. NAR reports, let's look at the sales report. By the way, more than 50% of home sellers, yes, home sellers were over the age of 65.
Hmm.
Yeah, 2024. So I just spoke at the International Builder Show about all this. I could spout stats all day long, but I'm here to teach you guys how to market to it. Because I only teach EXP senior, like the EXP real estate agents. I don't go outside of it. I've been here 7 years and I love it, but this is so important because we are right now just going to be right up there.
Yep. This is what it looks like once you click on the link. This is where they land, right? This is the list of homes. You got 36 results here. Now, my KV Core, I've done several tests. Contacts me as a test dummy for my own website. So it recognizes my cookies on here that I'm already signed up, because you can see at the top here, it says Testy. That's my name. Testy Tester is what I oftentimes will create a dummy just so I can play around as get the customer experience by using these links and test the different campaigns, make sure they're working and stuff. But normally, if I was brand new, never been to the website, it would ask me for the information. Once you've landed and opted in, you can go back to the website and browse as much as you want. And the scary part with cookies and all of that stuff is that it will follow you around, and then it won't ask for your information again. So that's, once you know, that's how it works. Then you can save homes there or reach out to the agent using these buttons here. Okay, so let's go back and figure out where we're at here on the presentation. So that's single story target boomers who want to downsize to a one-story home. That's what we did here in KV Core. Go to the lead engine, squeeze page generator, select multi-property squeeze page, set your search criteria, call to action, view all low maintenance one-story homes now. You want to put that kind of in your Facebook description, down there of what they're going to get when they click on the link. Okay. Now, the second squeeze page idea, it would be 55 and up active adult communities in your area. Whatever you insert the place that you want to advertise into that. Okay. So this could be great for buyers looking to move to those restricted, age restricted communities. My in-laws, I just helped them move in and then move right back out a couple of years later. They decided that they wanted to sell their 30-acre farm and go to a 55 and up community, and kept their trailer and their huge truck and their motorcycle and their boat and put it all in storage, and had all these storage fees for however long. And then they had 500 plus in HOA fees because everything is, all included. And so we ended up finding a smaller, not 30 acres, but just 3 acres for them just recently. And they moved all their stuff back onto the property so they didn't have to pay their storage fees. So some other things to think about as ideas of what was going to speak to these type of people is storage. Storage. A lot of things are going to have to, estate sales.
I was going to say, if you haven't been watching Matt Paxton, Matt Paxton was a real estate agent. He was hoarders. He also, this is what he writes about all the time. But if you are down, I like to call it right sizing, but when you do that, look for somebody that is a certified senior move manager, please. That's very, very important to deal with. But Matt Paxton's great. He's a good friend of mine. He's fascinating guy. Really, he's got a new show coming out, and it's all about this, because older adults exactly what Jason's saying is all of a sudden they put it in storage and then what? Do you think the kids want all the stuff? No, we got our own stuff. We don't need more stuff on top of that stuff. And then when something happens to them, we get stuck with all the stuff. And then what do we do? So whatever you're looking at, you're speaking two languages, but nobody wants the stuff or they want to keep the stuff. Either way, you're going to help them with that stuff.
Yeah, just a list of all of the storage units that are in your area would be super helpful for somebody that needs that information. A list of the estate sale companies in the area. That's such a big daunting task for a lot of these people, is to even think about, how do I even begin to start getting rid of all of my crap that I've collected over 30 plus years, and what is that going to help start putting some math together on what I need to be able to get into this full-time assisted living facility. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, or my kids an arm and a leg, or whatever. You're all of these other items of value that you want to be thinking about. I'm going to talk about this here in a minute. So basically you would do the same exact thing that we did for single story home, but you do it for 55 and up communities. You would build it out the same, except that instead of single story home, go to 55 and up communities and then put that in there. Or HOA, let's see, let me show you an idea of on here. They don't have the option for, at least mine doesn't. Everybody's KV cores are going to look, these choices here for the options is going to look different for everybody's KV core, because you're tied to different MLSs than I am. And if you don't have something that I have here, like adult 55 and up, if it's not showing up in yours, just contact KV Core. You click that little blue button down here and just message them and say, hey, can you add this as an option? And they're really good about customizing the search filters, adding search filters that are in your MLS that aren't showing up in your KV Core. That would help you build a more catered list. That's the most important thing, is that you want to be able to provide a catered list, a more direct list than they could be able to do just by simply getting on Zillow and creating this list themselves. Okay. So adult 55 as an option right there, maybe. And then you don't have to do it specifically for one story, although most of them already will be one story. That would be one. Or you do walk-in homes. For me, it's under entry. Actually, no, you wouldn't be able to do it. That's not available here. Here's a workaround.
I would even do ADU, because there's a lot of that multi-gen living. And so then you can say, hey, are you looking to do multi-generational living? Here's a list of homes with ADU unit type of a thing.
Yeah. So one workaround that you could do is just by simply going to, if you're trying to do like walk-in level, walk-in entry homes, you could just go to your own search on your website. Find on your website, just go to the search area where you click on, I just click on more search options to get the full breakdown here. And then there is a keywords section on your website here where you can get a little more specific than just these other generic filters that they give you. Right. So down here in keywords, you could do entry.
We have 20 minutes, just letting you know where we are.
So entry, and then you have entry walk down, entry walk in, entry walk up. So you could just do entry walk in, right? And then put the city that you want to advertise in. All the walk in. And I'm going to uncheck all of this land and other commercial and farm. That's the other kicker, is if you do it this way, it defaults and checks every single property type. So you have to unselect the property types that you don't want. Just remember that if you do this way. Now, when you do this, it's not creating a squeeze page, right? You're not going to be able to track the business, but you have the list of homes. That's all we're focusing on doing right now, is just finding the right list of homes. So if you can't create it using your squeeze page technique, then you can just go to your website, create the search, and here's the list. This is a live link. Any new listings, everything that comes off the market, You same link, it just automatically lives. It's a living, breathing link that it will always update all the time. You can create this link and then offer it as a hyperlink in an email on an auto campaign. You could give it to people and say, here's the latest list of single story homes this week, you know, and just have that link saved in your campaign and living there. Or if you want to use this as where they land after they've opted in, then you leave this page here, that huge long link up there at the top, your URL. We're going to copy that here and we're going to build a landing page. And I'll show you over here and go back to lead engine. And we have landing page here. So we'll build the landing page and then you'll see URL after login. After they log in, where do they go? You're going to redirect them to that list of homes that we just made from that walk-in level homes right there. Okay. So that's what you would do. If you wanted to do a workaround there, you would just put that link right there. You put the hashtag that you want for the type of lead that you're advertising to right in here. Say walk-in Branson, you know, and there's different types of lead generation forms that you can put. If you wanted to have a video living on this landing page and you talking about your authority in this niche or whatever it is, what they're going to get if they click on put their information down below is the most important thing, what they're being offered, then you could put that video right here and just link it from YouTube right there. But upload it to YouTube and stick it right in there. Most important thing is when you're building out a landing page is to have a clear, concise offer of value up here. Walk in level homes, Branson, Missouri. And then you could put, you know, a further description. You could get rid of any of these that you don't want just by simply double clicking and just having some subsections here of what else they're going to get down here. And then you decide if you know to put the video down here on this one, you put the YouTube ID right there. And then if you want to require the phone number, then click on that and it will make sure that they have to put a cell phone in so that you can call them and have a conversation with them. Otherwise, it's going to default to just email only. Okay. And then it says, see the list now. Then you can check what kind of background image that you want living behind it. Okay. Golf senior. There you go. There's a perfect one. Okay. See the list now. So when they click on it, then they'll go to that list of homes that you've already made. Okay. The submit button text is this orange button right here. You can change that to be whatever you want. Okay. The
I do have a question about, I know we're getting out of time because it's 7:45, but is a squeeze page different than a landing page? Because I know that you gave us the definition of a squeeze page.
yeah.
Squeeze page, what's squeeze page versus landing page? What's the difference?
Landing page typically is going to be something of value that's not conducive to like a list of homes or something. You know, it could be whatever you want it to be, but like basically it used to be where the landing page did not have the hashtag tie-in. They've just changed this recently where they are able to add the hashtag to be able to track the business in there, the same as a property list, property squeeze page. You know, you either have like a single property that you're trying to advertise or a list of homes, or like that market report that you're offering on a squeeze page. But a landing page could be like, get my free downsizing guide. You know, something that you're going to email them rather than they're just going to be redirected to some other online.
Or what if we were doing like hosting a panel that had a trust attorney,
Yep.
a a move person,
Yeah.
somebody that, and somebody that was an aging specialist, and then you had all three on a panel, would you be able to create a page like that? Because, and then
Yeah.
bring it on in?
Yeah, this would be join our panel on August 8th, da 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 da. And down here you would put the key bullet points of what they're going to be getting at this panel, attend the event, sign
And you
up.
could put, like, if you did a panel before, you could put like a little video of the panel
Exactly.
prior
The-
to
the-
give them a little sneak peek and a teaser
That's
of
where
what
this
they're going to.
video landing page would be more ideal for something like that. You're trying to gather a list of people, but on the other end is you're asking for their information up front versus a squeeze page. You might let them browse for 2 or 3 listings before it asks for their information first. There's a couple of different strategies there, but yes, I was going to say in the later strategy here is obviously like a guide, the ultimate guide to downsizing, a free PDF. These are super important tools that you'd want to have ready to be handing out in exchange for somebody's information, or like I said, to just have built into a email campaign that you're going to use to follow up with these leads later. So a lot of times people will put in bogus email information. So if you're saying we're not redirecting you to a list of homes, we're giving you a free PDF guide, I'm going to email you this guide. So you have to make it clear that the only way you're getting this is I'm going to email it to you. So you better put in a correct email, otherwise you won't get what I'm offering. And if you're not getting a lot of leads that way, it's because the thing of offer was not compelling enough, or the ad copy that you were using to try to get them to get that was not compelling enough for them. So just think about those things as well. But there's downsizing guides, like I said, a list of the estate sale companies. You could do that. You could moving checklists, financing options. These are some other ideas that you could use for landing pages with a lead form. And you could upload it there in from the landing page if you wanted to. I would recommend having it emailed directly to them and just have it part of the email follow-up campaign. So real quick, when you do your campaign, you go to marketing, smart campaigns. Okay. And then you could go and you could create a brand new campaign if you wanted to. You could just copy one of these others that are already in your system library if you wanted to do that. Or you could just build one out from scratch. But it's a lot simpler just to take one that's like a buyer 1-year nurture campaign, and you could literally just clone that campaign so that you keep the original, and then you're making a carbon copy of this one. And you say, when the lead is hashtag, what campaign logic do you want to use when we're creating this? When the hashtag is Branson 1 story. This is going back to the hashtag importance of why you're putting a hashtag that you can remember. Everybody who has a hashtag new, not retroactively. Anybody that you already have this hashtag in is not going to get this campaign added to it. Don't freak out and feel like, oh, I already been using this hashtag. It would be better if you're going to start doing these marketing methods for seller squeeze pages to find something that is relative to what you're advertising, and preferably something that is new. But if you've already been kind of grouping these people with a similar hashtag, it's fine, but anybody new that comes in after you've created this will start getting this campaign to them. Okay. And then you could have it set to always run or no. If they already have a campaign, then they won't get this campaign triggered when they opt in. Okay. If they're already in your system though, then you don't, they're already a lead of yours. This is mostly for people who you might want to have this campaign going plus a basic homeowner or a holiday campaign or something running in the background, or just a campaign that is just reminding you to reach out to them. They're not getting anything on their end, but just a quarterly reminder, follow-up nurture campaign reminder to you. That's what I use oftentimes for people who are a longer ways out. But if you have those types of campaigns with them, then having always run will make sure that this is also following up with them automatically too. So you click next, and who is this for? It could be buyer or seller, right? We're targeting both buyers and sellers in this demographic. And then you could give it a name for Branson single story homeowners. And then put the description of what this campaign is about right in here, right? Always run, yes. Locked, no. And then confirm. And then finish. So then there it is. There's your whole campaign. And then I would recommend just having a curated inside of this list on day 7 is the first email that goes out. You know, whatever it is, you just hit edit over here, and then you're going to have a template that you're going to create. So what you want to do is before you create this campaign, go and create 3 or 4 emails that you want to make sure are included in this initial first 4 touches, right? When they're going out, they could be spread them out however long that you want them to be. Here's just some recommendations for you towards the end here. Yeah.
Will you be able to allow us to have this slideshow?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
That would be much appreciated because I know.
Yeah, because we didn't get to everything on time
I
here,
know.
but these are the
We have
drip
a lot of
campaigns
people.
ideas. Day
Yeah, we got
one,
some.
welcome. Here's your free downsizing guide. Obviously, that's the day one. If
Yeah.
they sign up, you want that to go out immediately day 1, and
Of
then you
course.
upload that into KV Core to be able to be given out automatically. Day 3, maybe it's thinking of selling, get a free home valuation. You know,
I love that you even give us the ideas for the drip campaign too, because that's the key to constantly touching up. Again, if you're just seeing, if you came in kind of late, I was telling Jason, this demographics is huge, but if you weren't here a week ago, we had Joellen Brooks. Joellen taught us all about nextdoor.com. If you missed that class, I have the recording up. But the reason why I say that is because she uses these pages, the landing pages, the squeeze pages, to capture all of that information off of nextdoor.com. She's been doing it for years. She's now 4th year into it, $2.4 million house that she's listing. That's from 2 years ago that they got one of these. I don't know if it was a landing page or a squeeze page. Can't recall what she was saying, but the bottom line is she's coming back to teach us how to do a landing page and squeeze page onto nextdoor.com. So if you also don't know, we do have a class on Thursday night all about Google My Business. And if you do not have your Google business profile set up, you're going to join us. Jacob Sherman's, he's great. We've had him before. He is just going to break it down very easy and simple. And then there's a couple other classes. eXp Seniors Network has all of your information, so you can go check it out there. But I'm going to let Jason answer all the questions because I kept telling people, just wait until Jason's done. So if you could please raise your hand,
Yeah.
Jason's going to just call out on you and your hands raised, and he will go ahead and answer all of your questions because I know that there's a lot out there. So.
Holy cow, there's 21 in the chat here.
We had 40 on the call, but yes. Go ahead, guys, open up, please.
I nailed it.
We want you to engage.
I knocked it out of the park.
I want to see your face. Please, are you in awe? Chris, open up your mic.
Jason, this is great information. I was noticing on Workplace with your page there, you do similar videos. Will this be replayed on that page there where we can kind of follow along again to kind of figure out what we're missing with trying to assemble our squeeze pages and stuff in the examples?
I think they said this video will be recorded. This session will be recorded, so you
This is
can.
gonna be recorded, but you know what, Jason? Let's just have you back again.
Yep,
We're just gonna have Jason back again. How's that? We'll just have him back
perfect.
again. It's great. It's easy. But yes, we'll have this, and I'll also have Jason also pop the slideshow. So we have that. But he will come back and really go through it. And by the way, if you didn't know, Jason does do stuff in EXP University. Tell him, Jason.
Yeah. I mean, the video that the YouTube channel that I have, it doesn't live in the university. It just lives on my YouTube channel, but they could, they allow that to be part of my icon credentials for my qualifications for that, to be able to educate and give back to the community. They've reached out to me about adding that to the university, and I just haven't followed back up with them to be able to go through all the steps of filling out that little form or whatever it is that I have to do to be able
Well,
to.
if you didn't
do that.
know, EXP Seniors Network is a company network or group.
Yeah.
So you do get points or whatever it is, status towards icons. So just let them know that you did.
Yeah,
do
it gets the 2,000 other that you
Yeah.
can earn back from
Yeah,
your.
this is one of those groups.
Yep.
So Wendy, open up your mic, please.
Hi, I can't get my video to work, sorry. So I saw this on the chat and I think it's a good question. So many of the senior homeowners that we work with don't really use email. What do you suggest for, being able to, is there any other way to communicate our value with them? Because I think the landing page squeeze page is a great idea, but they may never see that.
If they don't do email, then you could text them the link, if they're on social media of any kind, then with the offer will just ask for the phone number. Then if you don't want to ask for the email, they can put in whatever they want for the email, but you just want to drop it in there in a video. Again, what you're having to explain to them how they're going to get it is however creative you want to be with it. The only way to digitally to be able to give something to somebody is through some kind of a hyper link, however they want that delivered. If you want to give them the option to text it to them, you could create a text template that will live in an auto campaign, and it will text them that link, and it could just live on a Google Drive
But
folder.
however, Wendy, I believe from what I've found is that paper is always the best. And I always go in with a hard copy and say, hey, by the way, this is just for you to look over bathroom material. And we'll come back. I'll answer all the questions. And this helps them look through everything, see it all. They don't have to print it. You can offer them printed and just say, I offer printed if you want it. But my past experiences, the older needs printed, the younger, when you're dealing with the sandwich generation or you're dealing with people that have the email or have the tech savvy, go for it. They're great at it, but you got to know your audience. When you're looking at this demographics, you're looking at two different types of sellers or buyers, right? One that's a decision maker that can do it for themselves, and one that's having a decision made for them. Plain and simple.
Yep. And majority of this strategy to get these title leads is going to be through some kind of a social media platform of whatever kind you want to reach. I would doubt that too many baby boomers are really active on TikTok. I don't know. I'm not a big TikToker myself. I'm 45 and I kind of missed the boat on TikTok. I feel like a little bit, but my kids, and my oldest kid is 28 and he's really into TikTok. My younger sisters are really into TikTok. And they're pushing in their late 30s. But these are types of people that you have to know where you want to reach the majority of the people. I think a lot of people still are very active on baby boomers, and retirees are still be very active on Facebook, and they're very familiar with this is not the only business that's offering things.
So let me just dangle a carrot in front of everybody, and I'm just going to blow away probably majority of you. Have in the chat box, just drop it down. Have you ever heard of the word age Tech, AGETECH. If you have, drop it down in the chat box and say yes or no. Just out of curiosity, we got 30 people. No. By the way, I just want you to know, I speak all over the nation on this about housing. No. You want to hear how amazing this is? Age tech is technology that is being driven by the aging sector and for the aging and being designed for the aging sector. Age tech started out of Atlanta. I was with it when it started. The guy is Jeffrey Gray. He's out of Atlanta. That's where our first board started. I spoke at the Consumer Electronics Show. I spoke at the International Builder Show. I've spoken all over about this. Let me tell you. Age tech, the integration that is happening in our housing infrastructure is going to be huge. It is going to help us live safely. We're not just talking about grab bars, you guys. We're talking about fall devices. We're talking about transportation. We're talking about livability. We're talking about way more than you guys even understand. It's fascinating what's happening out there, but nobody understands what's going on. So last year, 2 years ago, AARP collaborated with us in Age Tech. So look up the word AGE, new word TECH, and you're going to go, holy cow. Telling you. Look up how many companies started when this started in 2015-ish, to how many companies we have now under the umbrella. It is going worldwide. It started here and it's going worldwide. And there is big change coming, you guys. You guys don't understand it. I just speak on the technology that is being integrated into our housing infrastructure and the trajectory we're on in the marketing, because we're like the freaking marketing rock stars, real estate agents. Squeeze pages, landing pages, we got it all. It's just how you use it. Right, Jason?
Yep, that's exactly right. Wendy was asking earlier, does entry walk-in have to be a field used in the MLS listing information? I don't think we have that in our MLS. If you don't have entry, like if you don't have a way to filter out entry level to be able to, in your MLS, walk up, walk down, walk in, maybe you have to get with your MLS first to see if they can add that as a filter, because that was super important in my area down here. Walk-in levels are deemed highly more favorable and add more value than a walk down or a walk up.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people don't realize that when we classify the word walk in, it doesn't necessarily mean have to be the front door. It could be in the garage, it could be in a side access point.
Yeah.
But it has to be something that is easily accessible for livability. Not like ADA compliant, but accessible. Easy to get a wheelchair and walker out of there. Easy to get a wheelchair and walker in and out of a shower. Very easy. It's not your granny's grab bars anymore. It's beautiful stuff. It's gorgeous stuff. Lighting's a big thing. Think about like very easy access to things that are especially in the home, but Chris was just looked up the word of examples of age tech, spot on with the word age tech. You're looking at health and wellness monitoring from home. So imagine when I told you about livability earlier, imagine taking the keys away from the car. What are you going to do? That is why we are being ranked. When you're talking about walkability, that's the first and key feature. Take those keys away from a parent. How are you going to get to the hospital, a doctor, a grocery store, anything? Like you got to think future. So, you know, when we were growing up, we were looking at like, you know, Get Smart, and he'd be on the phone on his, you know, like his shoe. Where do you think it's all going now? Kind of cool. But you've got smart home solutions fall detection, pills that will automatically dispense it for you. You've got social connection. I had Robert Signor. If you haven't seen Thrive Pavilion, it's the first like actual virtual reality that lives on Meta's platform for seniors, only for over 65. And they all get a conjugate. Thousands of people over 65 in the United States are on it. And that combats loneliness and social isolation by 70%.
Hmm.
You know, you've got cognitive support, transportation, Waymo, you've got the car. When you talk about driverless and when Elon Musk was doing Tesla driverless, we need it. The biggest age lab right now, MIT Age Labs. Go check it out. MIT Age Labs, Dr. Joseph Coughlin, longevity, economy, longevity revolution, because that's what we are in. Financial management, it's all there. It's all there, guys. But it's coming. Nobody is listening. And I've been talking about it right here at EXP Seniors Network for years. And I've brought people in to talk about it. It's fun.
Awesome. Love it.
But target, this is perfect. And just follow, like, whether it's Facebook, whether it's, you know, YouTube, whatever it is, find your little niche. I'm telling you, it's there. People want to do with you, people want to work with people that they like, know, and trust. Bottom line. Be that person that they like, know, and trust in your neighborhood.
That's right.
And Jason, you're coming back for a second round here.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm going to put the link to the Canva slides here for you. I think I put it in there. Let me know if somebody click on that and just make sure that it's viewable.
It's you know, it's funny, Julie Ford, thank you. Here's the thing. If you look at EXP Seniors Network, we've got almost 4,000 members. We are the largest real estate network that targets the over 55 demographics. Largest. You can go to Facebook. You can go anywhere. You can go look at the coach, the senior home coach. You can go look at anything. We are the largest. Larger than SRES network that's on Facebook. 7 years I've been doing this. And I'm telling you guys, 7 years. I speak on stages about it and nobody is listening. Nobody. Yet right here at EXP, it's going to explode. Trust me, it's going to explode. It's going to. And YouTube. Yes. Yes. Jason, any words? Is he still there? Yeah, there you are. Jason.
I'm still here. Yeah. No, they just said I'm over 150 now on YouTube, so I really appreciate that.
I followed you. Yes, you know,
thank you guys.
the thing is it's so important for us to connect and collaborate because so often, and I think people don't realize this, marketing has always been done to 18 to 49-year-olds. That's it. Marketing's never been done to the older demographics. And now all of a sudden, when you look at the history of marketing, here we are, social media. Did you think in a million years, us growing up over 50, we are the sandwich generation. We're stuck between having children and our parents. Doesn't matter how old people are, but we're just stuck. But the point is that we grew up with billboards and TV and print ads, and now it's social media. So as you get older, we're just starting to look at things like that. And it's heavy, it's getting there. You're going to start seeing a trajectory already in our building industry. I just was at the International Builder Show. The amount of home remodeling that's happening for older adults is skyrocketing. So if you don't have someone in your back pocket that's an aging specialist, I'm happy to help you because I am certified and I do this. I deal with this all the time. It is unbelievable that people don't do anything until something happens. after the fact. And then I already know what the statistics are. 1 in 4 take a slip or a fall over the age of 65 every single year. And over 50% of that happens in a home.
Hmm.
Just
Wow.
some crazy statistics. Okay, we have Jacob Shireman coming on Thursday at 7 p.m. So you'll be able to hear him how to put together your your Google business page. You'll be able to check out how the following week I put my YouTube channel down there. So if you guys want to see past recordings that we've had, go for it. But here's the thing is he's going to do repurposing videos. We're going to start with video content, very specific for this demographics. And then you're going to be able to repurpose it for different platforms. And I'm bringing Joe Allen back, and then we're going to create one of those fancy pages Jason told us how to do, because we'll have him back before then. But we'll create a fancy page and we'll put it on nextdoor.com. So we're actually going to integrate all that stuff. I only teach it here on in Seniors Network, nowhere else. So there you go. Jason, you're coming back.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much, guys, for having me on, and go put it into action. That's the biggest thing I can encourage you. Just if you've not been doing this at any length yet, try one squeeze page, get it, get it out there, post it, and then start thinking about, three ideas of what you want to do to be able to get people to click on those links, whether it's a video, an image, or just a list of homes that you want to advertise on your social medias. Just put it into
The
action.
best part is you gave us something where you don't even have to put yourself in front of like a video. You know what I'm saying? It's really just you gave us, hey, squeeze page for homes that are single level or 55 communities that nobody's been targeting. How many people just in the chat box, and Jason, amazing idea, but how many people have actually seen somebody targeting the 55 community and wanting a squeeze page out of it or anything, a landing page? Have you guys seen anything? I haven't.
Yeah, people that aren't familiar with your neck of the woods that are starting to research your area that need this information, start thinking about, a blog that would clue them into the best areas to retire in, the best golfing communities in my area, all of the places that are close to the hospitals and the shopping, those types of deals that you can start establishing authority and being the trust figure, and then being able to say, and I've got a guide, downsizing guide for you. If you're thinking about moving, click on this link and send me some information or send me your email and I'll reach out to you and see how I can best help you. Something like that, super easy.
And by the way, those guides, their AARP has them. And the reason why I say that is because if you guys ever want to speak, I'm on the speakers bureau, but I do this all the time for them. I talk about livability. I talk about their home fit, which is exactly what we're talking about right now. Information is free. Don't have to feel like you have to do it. It's great when you can find something and you can massage it and then make it your own.
Yeah.
But know your stuff. Own it. Know what you're doing, own it. Know that if you are helping somebody sell their house, where are you going to go? This is two-part. That's the very first thing that Jason said. And I love it. You're right, Jason. It's a two-part. You are going to sell, but where are you going to go? Right?
Yep. And being part of EXP, obviously, if they're moving out of your market, then you could be the expert just by simply being able to quickly and confidently be able to pair them up with somebody who knows their stuff in that other market for them, get that referral. So
it's the Sunbelt states and you've got a lot of expat. By the way, guess what? Spain, expat. We are agents there. Mexico, we are agents there. I'm telling you guys, it's a win-win.
Yep.
Michelle Wolf in San Diego's all about that. Go.
Thank you so much for this. I had a general question. If I do have a listing in a 62 plus community, what's the best way to use it in like KV Core to blast it or to put it in the seniors network, like to raise awareness of these, good locations for seniors to move to?
Do you know how to find the link on your KV Core for your listing?
No, this is the first time. So, but maybe
So,
that might be a separate
here's the thing
video.
is we're already 15 minutes over. So
Yeah.
you reach out to Jason and Jason's going to help you do that.
Yeah.
And we're going to have another class with him because we could go so far over. And I know if you're on the East Coast like myself, it is 8:15 already here. But listen, Thursday night, 7 p.m. right back here. If you can bring your tipple, because this is what my mother-in-law calls it from England, is a tipple, cocktail, whatever, relax. It's nighttime. I get it, but I just feel like we're here to all just kind of have fun and learn about this specific demographics. We've already all had a long day. So Michelle,
One more
check
question.
out
Are we
Jason.
allowed to post our open house or listing in Seniors Network?
Not in Seniors Network,
Okay.
but you are allowed to in listings. There's
Like
several other groups.
Okay.
I'll send you a post, or if somebody can, but I know there is. Ooh, Chandra, South Florida, there's lots of 55. Michelle, but I will reach out because I know there's 55 communities there. And I've got some ideas. So
Thank you.
everybody, thank you. This is recorded, going down tomorrow. Jason. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me, you guys. Have a great night and just call me anytime we want to set this up again, okay?
Okay, part 2. Stay
Okay,
tuned
sounds
for
good.
Jason, part deuce.
Have
Talk
a great
together.
night, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Have a great night.
Thank you.